Before you watch this video, make sure you've seen part 1 and 2, the links will be in the description. Thank you for the support on part 2, I could have saved so many more comments but I didn't want this to go on forever. I love you guys so much. Anyways, on to part 3. The rest of the third day in their apartment went well. Bakugo spent the afternoon teaching Kurumi those tricks he had promised. Deku was mostly studying but did come out to play a few times. Surprisingly, the third night was actually a success. Deku didn't fall out the bed and actually slept soundly through the night. Bakugo was glad he slept well, but he was a little sad to miss sleepy Deku. Especially after the events of the fourth morning. Cha, he's still in there, Hamimi? He had been sat with the dog watching TV practically the entire day so far, while Deku was shut away in the bedroom on a video call with his nerd friends. How can he possibly do so much studying? We literally have the entire week off and he has studied for at least a few hours every day. Fuck it, this is nonsense, he doesn't need to study this much. I'm bored and he should entertain me, humph. Bakugo got up from the couch and stormed to the bedroom, stopping by the door and listening in on the silence. Cha, they don't even talk? He opened the door quietly, sneaking in out of view of the camera as Deku stopped writing and looked up to him in confusion. Bakugo began mouthing words at him so he didn't disturb the silence. When will you be done? Deku shrugged and looked back to his phone to check the time before mouthing his response. Maybe another hour or so. Why? Midoriya-kun, you are distracted. Huff. Sorry guys, I just, give me a minute. But Deku? He muted the call and put his screen down so he could talk to Bakugo properly. What's up, Ka-chan? You've been in here all day. It gets boring out there with nothing to do. Don't you think you're studying a little too much? He was suddenly very aware of how needy he sounded and became rather embarrassed. But Deku only laughed a little with a bright smile. I didn't realize you were bored. I thought you would have appreciated some time alone. But of course I'll stop for today if you want. Cutest smile. Well, I don't want to force you or anything, and those nerds will get mad at me if they think I'm stopping you. They'll just have to deal with it. You're right. I've been studying too much. I should spend more time with you and our precious lil puppy. Bakugo smiled softly and reached down to stroke Kurumi as Deku lifted his phone again and unmuted himself. I think I'm done for today, guys. But we still have the last topic to cover. It's only one more hour, Midoriya. We've been studying all day. I'm sure your partners would appreciate some help with the pets, huh? Siro hasn't complained. Oh, perhaps I should check on Hagakure-san. Why do you suddenly want to go anyway, Deku? Because I want to spend some time with Ka-chan. Bakugo blushed as he watched Deku grin proudly across the phone. The group were clearly surprised, but that just meant they were too shocked to argue. Okay, I'll go see what Kirishima-chan is doing, I guess. Say hi from me? Bakugo shook. Okay, I'm heading off now, bye guys. He waved and ended the video call, turning to hit Bakugo's arm with a laugh. You stayed hidden for so long, why did you do that at the end for? It was funny, they were really surprised. Well, of course, I haven't told them about us getting on better, they're probably confused. Well, let's hope nothing crazy happens when we go back to school. Deku frowned and grabbed Bakugo's hand, leading him to the living room. Why would it? We're just friends now, right? Yeah, but that's weird. It's just different, it's not weird. I guess they'll think it's weird though, salty Bakugo. Deku huffed and sat down on the couch, patting his legs for Kurumi to jump up before rolling his eyes up at Bakugo. You're being silly, Ka-chan. Everyone wants us to be friends, nothing bad will happen. We have 2 more days anyway. Well, actually it's like less than 1 now since we have to go back to school tomorrow for the end of the project and you spent half of today locked away in that room. I'm sorry, I didn't think you'd mind. He feels bad. Bakugo blushed as he once again noticed how clingy he was being. Of course Deku didn't have to spend all his time with him. Well, I got bored, okay, so let's do something to entertain me. Huff. What did you have in mind? Bakugo looked around the room and then at Deku, staring as he racked his brain. I don't know, facepalm. Deku giggled before looking around as well. I could set my Switch up and we could play a game? You have video games with you and you never told me, what the fuck? Yes? Oops. You're so mean, we could have played so many games, no fair. I hadn't thought about it, Ka-chan, I'm sorry. We can play now though, guilty boy. Bakugo pouted as Deku went to get his Switch, and set it up to the TV. He continued to sulk as Deku handed him the controller and asked what game he wanted to play. I don't care, Any game, we both know I'll beat you no matter what. Huff. The game of life is kind of luck-based, then I might stand a chance at winning. Cha, you won't even try to beat me in a skill game? Smug Bakugo. I think I'd rather try my luck with, well, luck. Fine, seems fair. I'm still gonna win though. We'll see. They chose their outfits and little cars and started the game. Bakugo rolled first and was given his first decision. Go to college or get a job. Yeah, like you have to choose what you'd rather do in your life, or just for the game whichever you think would be best. I don't want to stay in school any longer than I have to. I'd get a job. Wait, I have to pick a job too? Ka-chan, have you never played this game? No? These options suck. Where is hero? Huff. It's randomized, you just have to pick one. Well then I'll be an astronaut I guess, they're kinda like heroes. How? Trying not to laugh. They're more like heroes than a freaking flogger, like why would I choose that? Touché. Oh hey, now I get to choose. I'd go to college. Of course you would, nerd. Well, in this game if you go to college you can get a job that gets you more money, like a doctor. You didn't tell me that? You're cheating? Shook. No I'm not. It's not my fault you don't know the game, teehee. Bakugo nudged him with his shoulder and Deku giggled. Okay, so maybe I was withholding information. This is the only chance I might ever get to beat you at something? Hey wait, what's this? Oh, well now you have another chance to go to education or you can get married. Screw getting a degree, sure I'll get married, why not? He chose the option and then suddenly another choice appeared. Choose a pink character or a blue one. What the heck does this mean? It doesn't actually change anything in the game, but pink is a girl and blue is a guy. Bakugo froze on the couch and gulped nervously. He'd never openly talked about his sexuality, and with Kaminari just calling him out for being gay recently, it was putting him a little on edge about it. Ka-chan? It really doesn't affect the game, I promise I tell you this time. That's not it, I just... He sighed and avoided eye contact nervously before switching over and selecting the blue character. Oh, so you do like guys? Bakugo blushed and slouched into the couch. I've just never been interested in girls. Deku smiled at him before taking his turn, reaching the same stage as Bakugo and deciding to also get married. Bakugo watched intently, his heart thumping in his chest as he waited for Deku to choose the color. Is that even a mystery really? Deku laughed awkwardly at himself before clicking the blue one as well. What do you mean? Well, I thought it was pretty obvious. I didn't know. Huh? What? How? Shook. I dunno, you're just nice to everyone, but I've never seen you act like you're actually interested in anyone like that. Are you serious? Yes? Why are you making me feel stupid? Who was your first crush then? Huff. Deku flushed red and looked away, trying to decide how he should answer this question, until he remembered something from middle school. Oh I guess I found our middle school PE teacher attractive. You what? What the fuck? Oh come on, Karasuma-sensei was really hot? Cha, he acted like he was so cool, like why are you showing off for middle schoolers? Ka-chan, you sound jealous, you're cooler than Karasuma-sensei, don't worry, teehee. I'm not jealous, he's just a dumb first crush, salty boy. Okay then, who was yours? Bakugo closed his mouth and turned away, crossing his arms and huffing. I dunno. Come on Ka-chan, what do you mean? I told you mine. Yeah, but I never had a crush back then. I think I once saw this guy on the street that I stared a little too long at. He was really cute. Fine, so you like cute guys? Obviously, duh. He looked to Deku like he was being dumb and the shorter boy's eyes widened. Why is that obvious? Because you're dumb, of course it's obvious. Deku rolled his eyes, completely oblivious to Bakugo almost slipping up. So let me guess, your type is the cocky guy who's always frowning. Bakugo scoffed, referring to their middle school teacher, but Deku just stared at him for a moment, before covering his mouth as he tried not to laugh. Ka-chan, I guess you could say that's my type, sure. What's so funny? Humph. You kinda just described yourself. No, I was describing, I am kinda like that, aren't I? Facepalm. Bakugo felt embarrassed, until it dawned on him that Deku had agreed it was his type. I'm his type? So, would you date me? As soon as the words left Bakugo's mouth, Deku choked in shock. Ka-chan? I mean, what kind of question is that? Mortified. It's a hypothetical question, just a yes or no. Hypothetical? You're still asking me if I would date you. Yeah, hypothetically, but it's not that hard a question, dumbass. If it's not hard then you tell me, would you date me? Yes? Deku sat back in shock, flushing red as he stared at Bakugo. What? It's hypothetical? Why are you so red? It's not a big deal. That doesn't mean anything, it was just hypothetically speaking, I can say that. You just. How are you even cuter when you blush? OMG. Ka-chan, he is broken. Come on nerd, it's your turn in the game. I only moved like 2 spaces. But Nah, we're finishing the game? Huff. Deku gulped and looked to the screen, taking his turn before looking back to Bakugo inquisitively. How is hypothetically any different to just, realistically? Did he just basically say he'd date me? He will date me? But he hasn't told me he likes me like that, or actually asked me to date him. He sulked a little on the inside before blushing again and smiling as butterflies filled his stomach. Ka-chan would date me, so I'm gonna get him to date me? Smug boy. For the rest of the game, Deku made sure to sit closer to Bakugo on the couch and encourage him on every turn, all while getting cutely excited whenever he got a good roll and was clearly in the lead. How are you so good at this game? It's just luck, Ka-chan. I guess I could admit I'm pretty lucky. I mean, who else can say they spent a week looking after the cutest puppy ever with you? Is that really such an honor? Mimi isn't so bad, but cutest puppy ever? Are you forgetting how he kept you up for 2 nights in a row? I forgive him though, look at him. Who could stay mad at a face like that? You know he kinda looks like you now I think about it. Teehee. Hey, that's. I can't tell if I'm offended or flattered. Deku giggled and they continued playing. It wasn't long until the game was over and of course. Next time we're playing a game that actually involves skill. Fine. I'll admit that by knowing more about it I definitely had an upper hand in this one. Cha, rigged, humph. It's okay Ka-chan, we both know you'd beat me at like any other game. Oh but, do I get a prize for winning? Deku cupped his own cheeks and looked to Bakugo with the biggest puppy eyes he could manage, and Bakugo immediately smiled at how adorable he looked. Do you deserve a prize for winning a rigged game? He teased and Deku pouted, squishing his own cheeks and intentionally wobbling his lower lip. Pretty please, I wanna, I wanna try on more of your clothes. Bakugo felt a rush of excitement go through him. He wants to wear my clothes, voluntarily. Why would I say no? Oh god, he's so cute. Pretty please with a cherry on top, pleading hands. Okay, but I get to style you. OMG, I get a Ka-chan makeover? He's so excited. Sure, let's go nerd, I'ma make you badass. Bakugo hopped up and went to the bedroom, Deku turning off the electronics and following behind excitedly with Kuromi behind him. When he got to the bedroom, Bakugo was already pulling all sorts of things out of the closet, and Deku immediately grabbed a hat he saw, putting it on his head with a giggle. Ka-chan, I'm your #1 fan. Will you sign my dynamite hat? Teehee. Bakugo turned to look at him with a raise of his eyebrow, but couldn't hold back his smile. You're an idiot, facepalm. OMG, the #1 hero Dynamite called me an idiot, hard eyes. Deku pretended to swoon as he flopped back onto the bed and Bakugo rolled his eyes but blushed. What are you doing, dumbass? You should keep the hat. It looks better on you than it ever did on me. So will you sign it? He's teasing. Bakugo turned and whipped him with a shirt he was holding as Deku just laughed and rolled away from him on the bed. Alright, I'll stop. Why is he always on your side? Humph. Because he knows I'm a little baby who needs protection from strong scary Ka-chan. Bakugo shook his head and went back to searching through his clothes, choosing to ignore Deku's nonsensical rambling. Isn't that right, pup? Ka-chan could crush me with his thighs. You'd be like a little grape between there. How are you gonna protect me when you're even tinier? You're so weird. Here, try this on. Bakugo stood and waited as Deku looked over the outfit laid out beside him. Well, get out then so I can change. Oh, yeah, damn, you could at least ask nicely, nerd. Huff. Sorry. Please could you step outside for a minute while I change into this wonderful outfit you've graciously prepared for me? Bakugo gave him the most judgmental stare he could, which didn't last long as he soon began smiling at Deku's over-the-top innocent grin. Hurry up, let me know when it's on. Bakugo left and re-entered the room multiple times as he attempted to find the perfect outfit for Deku. The first was way too fancy, even though the fit did make Bakugo's mouth water a little, but that wasn't allowed, so he took a different direction the second time, which then ended up too preppy and not like Bakugo's style at all. By the third option he had lost his rationality and somehow dressed Deku in hot pants. Okay, this is harder than I thought. Well, I like them all, shy boy. Oh, I did too. They looked great, but something just wasn't right. Oh. He suddenly pulled out a very interesting item of clothing that he had never actually worn himself. What is that? Shook. Kiri made me buy it ages ago. I'm obviously never going to wear it, but I bet it would look adorable on you. Please try it on. Sigh, fine, but after this you better find a serious outfit. Deku huffed and took the overalls, sending Bakugo out the room once again to change, and by the time he could re-enter, he was losing his mind. Oh my god, look at you, dying. It is pretty cute. Pretty cute? How are you even real? I just wanna squish you, you're so cute. Cannot contain himself. Deku flushed red and hid his face as Bakugo stepped closer and made grabby motions. Ka-chan, you're embarrassing me. He's so flustered. Oh god, you're too precious for the world. Stop flirting? Wah. Bakugo's eyes widened and he stepped back, going red and scratching his neck. He knew he was being pretty obvious, but he still didn't expect Deku to just call him out like that. You told me I was getting a Ka-chan makeover. This isn't very you, and this wasn't supposed to be an excuse for you to dress me up like a doll and call me cute. He is not holding back. But Bakugo blinked in surprise. Was he being too much? Fine. I'll give you a Ka-chan makeover. Sorry for being nice, huff. You just called yourself Ka-chan. Shut up. He whipped Deku again and the boy squealed, giggling, and rushing away as Bakugo went back to the closet once more. He actually thought seriously this time and pieced together an outfit that was very much his style, but he thought would suit Deku perfectly. There, last try since you're so hard to please. Deku skipped over excitedly and then without thinking immediately stripped out of the overalls. Bakugo almost freaked out, until he paid close attention to Deku's back. He stepped closer in a trance, his brows furrowed in concern as he reached out to trace his finger along one of Deku's scars. Wah, Ka-chan, why are you still in here? I thought you left. Oh god. You have a lot of scars. Deku blinked and turned to grab the shirt to put on, but Bakugo just held it and looked at him. Ka-chan, I'm self-conscious, I didn't mean to. Why? Of your scars? But they're beautiful. They just show how strong you are, how much of a selfless hero you are already, although I do wish they didn't symbolize all the times you've gotten hurt. Deku looked away shyly and pulled the shirt over his head, before looking up to Bakugo with sparkly eyes. Thank you, Ka-chan. Before Bakugo could reply, Deku had wrapped his arms around him and hid his face against his chest. His heart fluttered and he smiled down at the fluffy green hair. There's no need to thank me, just stating the truth, some things I wish I'd have said a while ago. He gently cupped Deku's face and leant down to kiss his forehead. Ka-chan, I know we said we'd start fresh, and we've clearly gotten pretty close, but I'm a little confused by how you really feel about me. Bakugo blushed and tried to avoid eye contact. You can answer hypothetically if that makes it easier. Deku giggled and Bakugo rolled his eyes, now realizing how dumb he must have sounded earlier. Okay, haha, I'm an idiot. Maybe a little, teehee. Bakugo prodded his side and Deku squeaked, letting go of the hug to protect himself. I really like you. You're sweet, funny, adorable, selfless, just everything that's so pure and loving in a person. I've really loved this week and I can't explain how shitty I feel for how I acted before. It kinda makes no sense to me how I went from that to this just after spending a week stuck with you. Bakugo scratched his neck awkwardly, but Deku stepped forward again to wrap his arms over his shoulders. It's okay, there's a lot of pressure in school, and just in life, to always be the best. I was obsessed with you in preschool, so we got off on the wrong foot. I must have been pretty annoying, so I don't entirely blame you for how you acted. You should blame me. You weren't annoying, I was just a little asshole who didn't know how to appreciate someone literally just giving me praise and affection. Well, it's in the past, you seem to be better at it now. Bakugo smiled and put his hands on Deku's waist, looking into his beautiful emerald eyes and getting lost. Until he subconsciously noticed him leaning closer. Is he going to kiss me? He was caught off guard by Deku's confidence and closed his eyes in anticipation. It was short and sweet, and when he pulled back, Deku was grinning while Bakugo continued to stand there dumbfounded and red as a tomato. You're cute, Ka-chan. Flirty blushes. You just kissed me. It felt right. Since when did you have the balls to kiss anyone? Hey, I'm not that shy. Bullshit, you're always getting flustered and shy and adorable, but you just kissed me, so shook. I wanna do it again. Oop. Bakugo gripped him tighter and sputtered out a sound of pure shock, before pulling himself together and tugging Deku in to kiss him again. They pulled apart and laughed as the dog continued to bark and run circles around them. God Mimi, you can't let me have anything, can you? Deku crouched down to pet the dog as Bakugo smiled down at them. Hey, you never finished getting into the perfect outfit I put together for you? Oh yeah? Okay, I'll finish getting ready, then I think this pupper wants a walk, we could both take him? Sounds good, I'll get him ready while you finish changing. Deku stood back up and pressed a kiss to Bakugo's cheek, making the blonde boy blush and shake his head as he left the bedroom. Since when was he so confident? I know he said I was his type, but it's not like he confessed or anything, and now he's just kissing me like it's nothing. God dude, pull yourself together. The cute little nerd is smoother than you right now, you're the one supposed to be making him swoon, huff. Alright, stop judging me, look, I know you think he loves you more than me and you need to protect him or whatever, but clearly he enjoys kissing me, so stay mad, smug Bakugo. Kurumi tilted his head as he sat by the door, and Bakugo inwardly facepalmed at himself for thinking the dog could possibly get jealous. Don't feel bad about it, Ka-chan, even I was getting jealous of the dog when you were being so cute with him. Huh? I'm not jealous of the dog, he's jealous of me, huff. Deku giggled until he noticed the way Bakugo was looking at him. Is it good? Of course it's good, I styled it. Well, apparently the others weren't good enough. Yeah, alright, this one is the best by far, you look hot, not that you don't always, but I get it, Ka-chan, thank you. Cha, let's just take the dog out, he's embarrassed. It was a nice day, so they took Kurumi to the same park they had the day before, and while they were walking Bakugo began asking some rather interesting questions. Would you still wanna kiss me if, like, I had no eyes? Pfft, Ka-chan, what kind of question is that? Another hypothetical one, but this time it actually makes sense and isn't stupid. It's still kinda stupid. Whatever. Would you still like me if I had no eyes? Huff. Well, I love your eyes, but they aren't you. I mean, it would be a little weird. Like, are you saying you have gaping holes in your face or just smooth nothingness where eyes would usually be? Ew, you're thinking too much, that's gross, neither of those are good. You're the one who asked me to picture you with no eyes. What was I supposed to do? I dunno, picture me like Gojo, he's still hot even when you can't see his eyes? Humph. For those who have for some reason not seen Jujutsu Kaisen, this is Gojo. But he still has eyes, Ka-chan. Yeah, but what if he didn't? He'd still be hot cause he just wears a blindfold, so what if I wore a blindfold? Ka-chan, I don't care what you look like, I like you because you're you. Eyes or no eyes, you weirdo. Trying not to laugh. Bakugo huffed but couldn't hold back his proud smile as Deku swung their hands together between them. Well, same goes for you. What are we? Bakugo almost tripped over his feet as the sudden question rang in his ears. I mean, I obviously like you, you've said you like me, we've kissed, and I don't see myself wanting to ever not kiss you, so what are we? Do we need to be something? Well, I guess not, but don't you want to be something? I think we should just see where we go, you know? Deku looked to the floor and pouted a little as they kept walking. Bakugo felt his chest tighten as he panicked about upsetting him. Deku, we've only been this way since we've been stuck in the same apartment. It's been great, but we don't know how the dynamic could change when things go back to normal. We'll see each other at school and then go back to our dorms. It's not like the apartment. I guess, but we'll spend time in each other's dorms, right? You can always come stay in my room, I wouldn't mind. Well, I'd love that, but that's what I mean. I think it would be best to see how this goes when our lives are normal again, rather than in this weird test reality. Yeah, okay, just, you won't give up on this, will you? Bakugo's eyes widened as he stopped walking and turned to look at Deku properly. Of course not. I want whatever is happening now to keep happening. I just don't want to rush it, or force anything that doesn't feel natural. I just think we shouldn't jump straight into the deep end. I like being like this with you, a lot. Deku's nervous pout morphed into a shy smile as Bakugo reached out to hold his other hand and press a kiss to his cheek. Let's just go with the flow, yeah? I understand now, you're smart, Ka-chan. Just as Bakugo was about to continue flirting, Kurumi barked to get their attention and tugged on the leash. This dog needs to stop ruining the moment. After the walk, Hey, I think I'm gonna take a note out of your nerd book and actually do a little studying before we have to go back to school. Really, Ka-chan? But you could have done studying when I was studying, pouty boy. I didn't think I needed to. But I feel like my brain is rusty from a week off. Sigh. Fine, I'll go play with Kurumi. Bakugo stayed in the living room to study, as Deku threw Kurumi's toy for him to fetch. It went on for about 10 minutes before already Deku was bored. Ka-chan, we should play a game? I need to study. I thought you'd encourage me. Bakugo looked over to him from where he was lying on the couch, and his eyes widened when Deku shuffled over to lie practically on top of him. But I'm bored. Now think about how I felt when you studied for half the freaking day. You should have studied earlier then. He's sulking. I could get it done quicker if you'd help me instead of whining, you know? Fine. I could ask you some questions about what you're studying to see what you remember? Sounds good to me. Thank you. Deku lifted his head to kiss the corner of Bakugo's mouth, but as he was about to pull away, Bakugo cupped his jaw and kissed him back. Hey, I thought we were studying. OMG. There's the shy flustered nerd, smug boy. Deku hit his chest in embarrassment before climbing off of him to sit on the floor, giving Kurumi some attention as he began helping Bakugo study. They managed to study for almost 2 hours before Deku's stomach was rumbling and they decided it was time to eat dinner and head to bed for an early night in preparation for tomorrow. You don't have to lay so far tonight, it might be nice to sleep closer. Bakugo spoke nervously as he climbed into their double bed, and Deku smiled bashfully as he followed behind. You're saying I can cuddle you? I might get grouchy and hot, but we can try it. I'd love to cuddle. Whoop whoop. There. Well, they're not together yet actually, are they? They're getting there. They're testing the waters and they're adorable. I thought this part was pretty cute. I hope you're enjoying it. I promise I'm already working on part 4, so I'll get it posted as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Love you all so much.